And having gone through all the rock stuff before, you get to learning to fall, which is all kind of subtlety and restraint.
Yeah.
I mean, was that a conscious decision to have a kind of rock ballad at the end there, or near the end, to balance the whole sequencing out?
We actually had 2 ballads. I mean, we had a lot of songs.
Yeah.
And it was hard to drop one of the 2 of these things. And I mean, I think there was some days we'd go in and we'd say no ballads. You know, we're men, no ballads. Yeah. And then other days, you know, you'd walk in and you go, Sam, I listened to that song and that line you sing, it's so beautiful. We got to do that song. So we just did it. We just, you know, and the vocal performance is the main vocal is Sam singing live with us. And there was a special moment in the studio,
right,
you know, because he's singing about something very important.
Yeah.
And he's kind of bearing his soul and being honest in a certain way that I don't think people have heard him sing before.
Yeah.
And so then when we were done with that take, it was kind of haunting, just the trio version.
Yeah, yeah.
But we decided it needed, you know, the proverbial electric 12 strings, the organ, and I piled a mass amount of stuff on that, and we put it off in a corner and drenched it in some reverb, and it's just very supportive. And then Mike and Sam did these beautiful background vocals that are just huge sounding.
So it must be seen quite different when you are part of a big hitting band like this. Mm-hmm. You're sitting away, noodling away on all this wonderful instrumental stuff, and you basically do most of it yourself. And here you are with all these 4 people pulling the thing in different directions. Yeah. And you seem to have come up with something style-wise, material-wise, and album-wise that could run. Mm-hmm. And I'm wondering, given the hard rock edge to it, is one of the reasons you brought Andy in as producer, the fact that he was associated with Zeppelin and Stones and stuff like that?
I'd done The Extremist with him, and he had done a Van Halen record, so he wasn't a stranger to us, you know.
Yeah.
And besides the fact that he's enormously talented, and I just had a feeling that what this band needs is the kind of thing that he does naturally.
Yeah.
You know, that he would understand us. I guess that's what it came down to. I knew that he would understand not only the band, but he would understand me and my desires to make this the best sound it could be.
Yeah,
and to learn how to be delicate with it. Or other times I would trust him if he said, just go out there and just nail it, you know.
Yeah.
I would say I would feel confident that that was the right decision. So.
And what can fans expect from the live show? Is it going to be the whole of the album, or some of the album and bits?
I want to do the whole album and then maybe do some cover songs.
Would that be in 2 sets or straight away through?
Straight through, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On a personal note, you're very different to most of your contemporaries because, of course, you were a teacher before you entered into rock and roll. Did you have to significantly change your style of playing, let alone your lifestyle, when you embraced rock?
No, because, you know, it wasn't like I was a teacher, you know, corduroy jacket and the whole thing. Good morning, students. You know? No, I was a rock and roll kid since playing live shows since I was 14. And teaching was just something I did on the side. Every time I was teaching, I was in rock and roll bands. That's what I really did. I was trying to get ahead, get a gig like most people. But instead of having a straight job during the day, teaching just seemed like a more natural thing to do.
But it took on a big part of your life, of course.
It did, but you know, I taught one kid at a time, and it was in a music shop. It wasn't in a university or something like that. So, and I looked the same. I was just in t-shirts and jeans, and and I teach, and then I say, got a gig, you know.
And going back to your early days of starting and forming bands, who were your main influences back then?
Hendrix, Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, Deep Purple, Rolling Stones, Beatles, you know.
And nowadays?
The exact same bands, plus any other good band that you can think of. From, you know, I listen to a lot of Radiohead, and they're as big an influence on me as you know, as 9 Inch Nails or Rage Against the Machine. And
where would you actually, where would you hear those people?
Where would I hear them?
Yeah, on your computer and stuff like that.
Oh, I see what you mean.
When you're on the tour bus or something?
My computer's got all that stuff in it. My iPod's filled with it, and I keep music in the car, and I keep it in the house. And
that's good. You're listening to it.
Yeah.
Anyway, this has been Pete Feenstra talking to Joe Satriani. It's been an absolute pleasure. I waited 23 years to do this. Joe, it's been absolutely great.
Thank
the
you very
band
much.
is called Chickenfoot. The album is called Chickenfoot.